Let me tell you about when I was assigned to a police box rumored to be haunted. In any profession, handing over duties to a successor is common. And the same goes for our organization. We cover everything from the flow of pedestrians at different times to the key areas where incidents often occur, including rough neighborhoods and suspicious locations. Even the layout of items in the police box can vary significantly from one to another. After receiving a thorough handover from my predecessor, something strange caught my eye in the police box. There was an unusually fancy sofa bed in the office. Wow, that's an expensive-looking piece. Was it donated by the locals? I joked. No, he laughed. We all chipped in to buy it because this place is haunted, and no one wants to go near the nap room. I took his reply as a joke. Police officers tend to be quite superstitious. For instance, saying, "It's quiet," often leads to a flurry of incidents and detectives. Avoid eating pork cutlet balls at night. It's believed to invite arrests. Such superstitions were a taboo for us. So, I didn't take his ghost story seriously. Let me describe the location of this police box. It was in a coastal town, and my box was situated near a pier, a place that felt unsettling during heavy rain. With the main activities being at the harbor and factories, the area became desolate at night, with only fishermen and trucks breaking the silence. During my 10 months there, I had 4 experiences. They were unnerving, so I'll recount them at a leisurely pace. The first incident involved a door that opened on its own, a classic haunting sign. Despite the fancy sofa bed, I stuck to traditional bedding. I had the luxury of being alone in the police box, and I preferred a proper futon for my brief naps. The nap room was on the 2nd floor. A narrow staircase with a broken light led to a small area where we took off our shoes. The room had about 6 tatami mats and a futon, but the door to this room had a habit of opening by itself. No matter how many times I closed it, I would find it open again. It never moved when I watched it. But once, I closed it, walked down the stairs, and when I looked back, it was open again. I wasn't scared, just annoyed. I even propped a large shield against the door if it opened. It would make a loud noise. Time passed, and it was before 3 a.m., still before my nap time. Suddenly, I heard the shield scraping. I was waiting for this, but when it actually happened, I didn't know how to react. Still, duty calls, and I found myself moving reflexively. I grabbed the doorknob and saw my hand in the dark, closing the door. Why is it closing now? I wondered, but I was too frozen to think clearly. I realized 2 things: my predecessor wasn't joking about the ghost, and whatever it was, it wasn't trying to enter the room, it was already inside. From that day, I started using the sofa bed. The second incident was a dream, or so I thought. I figured the 1st floor was safe since the ghost was upstairs. So I started sleeping on the sofa. It was winter, and I often experienced sleep paralysis, especially when sleeping on my desk. One night, during such an episode, I realized the room's light was on, and the heavy, old oil heater had fallen over. It dawned on me that this was a dream, because that heater was too sturdy to tip over easily. Then I heard footsteps coming down the stairs. My mind raced in panic. I couldn't move or wake up. The footsteps stopped, and I saw a figure in white, possibly a man, thin and wearing a long garment, standing at the edge of the room. He was silent, then suddenly uttered a raspy phrase I couldn't understand. Right after that, I woke up with a start. The heater was upright, confirming it was a dream. The figure had said something like, "Rain is coming. Bugs will swarm," which made no sense to me. This shattered my belief that the first floor was safe, leaving me at a loss. The third incident was in early summer, around the time when we had workers come to remove asbestos from the police box. It was a delayed project, finally getting attention. I returned from the main station to find the workers unable to enter the police box. They thought another officer was inside, as the door wouldn't budge. And they heard noises. I tried with my key, and the door opened easily. Predictably, the second floor door was open. The final incident was the most terrifying. It happened in the middle of summer. By then, I avoided the police box as much as possible, only going there for paperwork and